here we are on Korčula. We're in Croatia at the moment. We've been here for just over a month, and we're winding up our stay here, and we're heading over to the island of Vis shortly. And we thought we'd come down here to our local beach, just down the hill from our house, and film this little catch-up.
Probably worth noting that we weren't planning to stay here for a month. Initially we had booked 2 weeks accommodation here, and the plan was to head to Bar and then on to Vis. But we arrived in Dubrovnik, stayed a couple of days, which was lovely.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed Korčula, so decided to ask our host if we could stay a little bit longer, which she kindly agreed to, and here we are, a month later.
We've just come back from our local winery, a place called Popic Winery, and we tried their local wine called Grk, G-R-K.
Which is only found in Korčula, usually, or in Croatia. It's made in really small batches, so they don't need to export it. They sell enough of it locally. So that was one of the top things that I wanted to try coming to Korčula, because we'd read about it ahead of our trip.
So we've come here from Greece, so these videos are a bit out of sync and a bit out of order, but essentially we've our last, well, what are we now? We're in September. Our last video in Battle in Greece, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
And when was that?
July, because we spent all of August in Lefkada.
Yeah. So the season's winding down now. So we're in autumn now. So although it's sunny and it's still nice, it's on average in the mid-20s. So just while I pour, you want to talk a little bit about Athens?
You're going to have to edit this.
So I guess after our last video, we went back to Athens and then to Hydra Island. After that, back to Athens, and then cross country to Lefkada, which is on the Ionian side. Which
turned out to be our favourite ever Greek island.
Yeah.
But that will be a whole separate video. But loved Lefkada, spent a whole month there. But we've been here as long as we were in Lefkada.
That's right.
So,
cheers.
Cheers. So Korčula, let's speak about Korčula. Korčula is pretty small comparatively, I would say. There's a cute old town where most of the popular restaurants and bars are, and then everything else is quite local. Everything has been family run. Places we've been to, they grow their own veggies and whatever produce they use in their restaurants. I think the island is mostly known for, well, before we got here we read a lot about their winemaking, and they've got a specific grape or wine, Grk wine, which we're drinking now. So that was high on our list of what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
So one of the first things we did was get a scooter, which has been the typical MO for us on this trip.
Yeah.
We went across Lombarda, has most of the wineries, I would say.
Yeah.
And it's quite pretty, and it's the most traditional looking in terms of what you expect to see for wineries, the rows of vines and the like.
So, look, I guess at this point in time, it's difficult because I'm going to cut in obviously videos from months ago now, but we're approaching our 6th month living abroad, and I guess we've sort of become different people in that we've settled into this sort of nomadic existence where We need very little to be happy. So compared to who we were and what we were doing at the start of our trip, we've started living, as of probably Croatia, has been very low key. We've done pretty much nothing here on this island.
We've really settled into a daily pattern, so every day started to look the same, but not in a redundant, boring way.
No.
Just settling in. Like, we had so much time that we've seen all the things we wanted to see, and now we've just enjoyed being on the island. So every day we get up, we walk into Old Town, along a beautiful sort of coastal road, and get our coffee. We've got our local bakery, and oftentimes we'll just sort of sit near the water and just...
We've had a couple of stormy days. We've had a couple of lightning storms and a couple of colder days as the season changes.
We've got a fantastic view, and I'm sure you can work your magic and drop in some photos of what the view's like. But where we're sitting now is what we look at every day. So all of this behind us, we're on a little islet of sorts.
Like a breaker.
And our local beach is just that way. We're looking at it as we speak. There are still some tourists around, but they're, I would say, few and far between. A few Australians, some Germans, French, and lots of locals. So it does feel like the hordes of crowds have moved on.
It's not like the Greek islands where a lot of the accommodation are hotels, taverns and nightlife and tourist shops and all that. People that run the tourist trade here are the residents, essentially. So as the season changes, the people remain the same. The shops close, except the tourists go, but the businesses all still are here. It's really weird, actually. It's really weird.
In terms of the island atmosphere, there's not a lot of shopping. It's not an island. It's very different to, say, Faro or even Lefkada in Greece, where there's lots of shopping and things to do and see. It is a sleepier kind of island, but in a nice way.
In a fantastic way, I would say.
Yeah. And you settle more into nature, I would say.
Yeah.
There's some beautiful... Pupnatska Bay?
Yes. Pupnat.
I'm sure I've said it completely wrong. But
Pupnat. Pupnat.
Pupnatska.
Pupnatska.
Yeah, Pupnat is a town, but Pupnatska Bay is a great, how would you describe it? Like a bluey green, emerald coloured waters, surrounded by really dense, lush forests. With a great beach bar with really delicious food.
The waters are sort of a greenier blue, and they're the waters behind me. And the beach that Jennifer was just talking about is on the western side, so it's facing the open sea, the Adriatic Sea, and the only other landmass is 8 hours away, and that's Bari in Italy. And the waters tend to be a lot bluer on those sides of the island in this part of the world in general. It was a beautiful beach. I went snorkeling, and it was just, I think at one stage I was about 25 metres depth, and you could see all the way to the bottom, no problem.
Clear.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Nicely organised. Umbrellas, but there's also people that just set up a towel. But the beach bar was a real highlight. Yeah,
some of the better food we've had here.
Yeah, delicious.
And when we went to that beach, it was when we first arrived, so it was still fairly warm. And those beers were
ice cold.
They were ice cold and great.
Other than that, there are some other nice beaches. We went to Vaja. Again, I'm probably pronouncing it incorrectly, but that was
Vaja.
Yeah. Very similar look to Pupnatska.
Yeah, but it's on this side.
Yeah. But very pretty. Bit of a hike to get down there, nothing too extreme.
Yeah. Bit of a staircase.
Yeah. But because the weather has been cooling down, our beach days are getting fewer and fewer.
A lot more of this, a lot less of that.
Yeah. And we're waiting to see what awaits us in Vis, because we've noticed here a lot of the restaurants We found a pub that we really liked in Old Town.
Yes.
That only opened this year. Delicious.
What was it called?
Pinyak. No, that was in the town. Nord pub.
Pub Nord, yeah.
In Old Town, Korčula. And we found it on the second last night before they closed. So we went 2 nights in a row, and that was a really nice experience. But like I said, a lot of the places are starting to wind down. So a lot of the places that we've been have shut up shop for the season.
Yeah.
So we're waiting for Vise to see if I've been joking with James saying, will there actually be anything open, anything for us to do when we get there?
Strange, because the other problem we have is we haven't. We had brought clothes with us that we wore out at the start of our trip in
warm clothes.
In warm clothes, yes. So jumpers, jackets, and stuff. And I actually had to buy some stuff in Paris, but we met up with Jennifer's mum in Greece because she was travelling, and we asked her to take some clothes back because we were obviously not going to need it. And now the weather's changing, and we found ourselves having nothing but shorts and singlets. So I went to the supermarket the other day and bought cheap flannel shirts, and they've been a lifesaver. Matching. Flannel.
But I'll never post a photo of that.
No. We look like lumberjacks.
And as you can see, as soon as
freezing.
The sun goes, it's quite cool. So
yeah.
We've lost the sun and it's starting to get a little cold.
Yeah. You're going to have a drink to warm up.
That was a really fun video to make. Looking back on it while I was editing it, geez, I was struggling to fit in all the footage that we've taken. But I have to apologise, these videos are coming very late in the game. We've just been struggling, I guess, with Wi-Fi and bandwidth during our journey. We just haven't been able to find the internet strong enough to basically edit and upload these videos. But over the next week or so, I will be uploading a few more. I think we've got a couple more of Greece, and that Switzerland one is long overdue, so that should be coming soon as well. But like I said, thanks for watching. I hope you find them entertaining. And also, Jennifer and I have always said that these videos were a way of remembering our trip and keeping a record of it. But if you have any questions, or you're busy planning your trip and you've seen something you like, hit us up and we'll try and help you out. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.